teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. And for the Clippers, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. George with the bucket. Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Jones checked in for McCollum. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's George. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Yep, that one goes in there.
Superb form. Lillard has the mid-range shot on lockdown.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Morris outside. The 3. With the tip. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those 2 things.
Lillard against Jackson. Count it.
A pick-and-roll master. You got to respect how decisive Lillard is. I mean, he often makes great decisions.
Here's Jackson. From deep. The offensive rebound. Zubac kicks to Leonard. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
A flat-out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover will drive a coach crazy.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Lillard, the pass to Jones. Back to Lillard. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Love how assured Lillard is from this spot. He's a confident shooter. He likes pulling up from anywhere.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers. Ooh, the one-hand tomahawk, guys. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, they got the entire bench up right there as they saw that and out of their chairs. Covington. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Marcus Morris picks one up there. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Lillard. The shot's good from Kennard.
Oh, he's one of the best passing 5s in the game. I mean, think about this. Cousins doesn't get enough credit for being unselfish on the floor.
There's 1:47 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Kanter.
Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
Rondo with it. Floats it up for Cousins. Stolen by Kanter. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. Back to Powell. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And now the Clippers on the break. Rondo's running. Kennard on the wing. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first. Cousins on the follow.
The big body of Cousins, a menace on the offensive glass who fights to keep plays alive.
Pass to Kanter. Kicks it to Powell. 6 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. The Trailblazers rebound, and Cantor able to finish.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Cantor has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, when you think about it, perhaps the best at picking up his teammates' misses.
Outside Rondo. Outside Batum. The rebound by Simons.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easier than that.
Here's Covington. Now the pass to Powell. Another shot. Kicks it out to Covington. Anthony down low. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers lead by 2. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, they're clawing, they're grinding, they're doing anything they could to make the most of their possessions.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. They've got Enes Kanter. Anthony is out there with Derek Jones. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. Leonard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. Jones looking for an opening. Pass to Kanter. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. The Trailblazers making a switch here. And here's George. He's got 5. Here's Beverly. Here's Zubac. Got a hand on it.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. But he's been making a better effort.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Right side George. No good. Shot missing. Now Portland takes it the other way. They're running. All going up court. And it's Little finishing it off.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about them not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Kanter against Zubac. Leonard dishes to George. To the middle. Here's Zubac. Outside for George. Clock is at 3. They get it back. Second chance shot. Zubac the pass to Leonard. That one doesn't go. Anthony with the defensive effort.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy man.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Outside for George. Shoots over Hollis Jefferson. Pass to Kanter. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Morris, no good. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Norman Powell comes in for Hollis Jefferson. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Little. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simon. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
And good luck trying to keep Nurkic off the glass. I mean, using his brute strength well on the offensive boards.
Jackson against Lillard. Looking to end the run. Zubac's in the post. And the shot goes down. Look, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Leonard, it's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Leonard's got it all tied up now for Los Angeles. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Powell kicks to Lillard. 58 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Leonard. Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers. And they double up Cousins. McCollum against Kennard. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And Portland making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. That free throw good from Kennard. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Kicks it out to Covington. They need this. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And here's Morris for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Morris has got his first 3 points of the game.
That's a shot he's got down. Morris is very comfortable on those pull-up jams.
Nobody near Lillard. And we've reached halftime in this one. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5 points. Thanks for joining us, folks.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Trailblazers trail by 6. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jackson, and it's George in a 2-guard. Back to Lillard, stolen by Zubac. And now the fast break, George with the ball. Basket counts. George has got 9.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Here's Nurkic. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Well, I love Nurkic's shot selection. I mean, outstanding at getting to his spots and converting.
Now, here is George. 9 points in the game so far. Now Zubac. Nurkic with the steal. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. McCollum deciding where to go with it. And he uses the glass on the layup. McCollum's got his first bucket in this one.
He's an excellent penetrator. I mean, as soon as McCollum sees a lane, he's all over it.
Clippers leading by 4. Here's George. Dishes it to Jackson. And that one is off. Good D by McCollum. Back to Hollis Jefferson. Passes it to Nurkic. Lillard against Jackson. Clock at 6. Lillard the pass to Covington. Back to Lillard over Jackson. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's George, and he goes big with the dunk right over Robert Covington.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Mann's checked in, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Powell, no one around him. Cantor. It's good on the putback.
Oh, he's a great presence to have near the bucket. Cantor's going to go after every rebound. And when he gets his hands on that, that's what happens.
And Leonard has it in the corner. To the left wing. The pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
Simons surveying the D. Powell the pass to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Oh, man, what a slam by Cantor. His size lets him make easy work of those big plays in the paint.
1:37 left here in the 3rd quarter. Beverley the pass to Zubac. It's tipped, and he gets it back. Tries again. Leonard, no luck.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Powell for 3. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one drops. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And Portland with a change here too. Lillard's checked in, pass to Powell. Rondo against Lillard. Inside. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Enes Kanter.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy has no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
Pass to Kennard. 41 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Rondo dishes to Cousins. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Well, tally up another helper for Rondo. I mean, he just keeps climbing that all-time assist list. Incredible career that keeps going.
Lillard against Rondo. Lillard attacking. And he converts the layup. Lillard's got 8 points.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket. With his speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
Come to me, come to me.
Rondo on top. And it goes down 2 points.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. And a deep 3 from Lillard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Rondo with a clean look. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Rondo's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Portland moving the ball around. Covington kicks to McCollum. Just 5 to shoot. Portland needs to get off a shot. Los Angeles leading by 10. And George, here we go. And they pick up 2. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Rajon Rondo.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Here's Simons. To the inside. Stolen by Zubac. Got a piece of it. George with no one around. No good from outside.
He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half and only 1 in the first.
Excellent pass there to cap that break with an uncontested basket.
Los Angeles leading by 9. George with the ball. Kennard on the wing. Outside for George. Back to Kennard. 5 on the clock. And Portland with another turnover here. And Los Angeles with some changes. Morris is checked in for Batum. And it's Leonard in for Kennard. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Giles. Ande Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Jones. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Little. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. Jackson against Lillard. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Down low, Nurkic with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance. Gets an open look and hits.
McCollum, he's a threat in transition. He excels at leaking out, and then he knows where to run in the open floor.
Clippers leading by 8. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. They get it back. Portland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Lillard surveying the D. Hollis-Jefferson finds Nurkic. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
The Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. 1:06 left in the 4th quarter. Here's George. Got it. Good job in the low post. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize.
Lillard against Jackson. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Los Angeles. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Here's Rondo. High post, Zubac. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Leonard on the wing. Shot clock at 6. From downtown. And the Clippers miss again. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Puts it up from 15.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
George dishes to Rondo. Back to George. From the arc. No good there. So the Clippers with the win. Some good. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. the beaches of Santa Monica. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They just got to make the adjustments.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. And for Los Angeles, they've got Jackson. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubats in at the 5 spot. And he makes that one. Holiday's got the opening field goal of the game for the Bucks. Well, great fans and players alike are excited for tonight. This is just not another game on the schedule.
Clash of the Titans in this one. This will be a great test for both teams.
Now here's Leonard. Morris kicks to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. The pass to George. That 3 off the mark. Here's Milwaukee now. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Hits it from three-point range.
Boy, I like seeing Middleton stroke it from downtown. That release of his, pure as white-driven snow.
Holiday against Jackson. To the paint. Here's George. Pass to Zubats. Knocked loose. And George kicks to Zubats. It's hauled in by Giannis.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Lopez passes to Giannis. Holiday looking for an opening. Back to Giannis. Passes it to Middleton. It's stolen by Morris. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard finds Jackson. And the shot goes in.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Now here is Holiday. Middleton on the wing. Bucks passing it around. Antetokounmpo against Morris. 5 to shoot. Lopez, no luck. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Leonard. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Now here is Holiday. Middleton outside. Steps back and shoots. The shot will not fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Morris. Pass to Zubats. Now Jackson. Back to Zubats. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. A clear look here for Middleton. And the wing jumper offline. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And it's Leonard missing. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's DiVincenzo. Off target at the rim.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
And again, it's the Clippers missing. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. And it's sent back by George.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejections and deflections.
Now Middleton. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Feeds to Lopez. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Leonard. No good off the back of the rim.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis has checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Now here's Rondo. And there's the feed to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
You know, Rondo's highest priority is to get his teammates open shots every trip. I mean, that's what makes him go and endears him to his teammates.
Here's Connaughton. Portis kicks to Connaughton. On the wing, Giannis. Up top, Portis. And too long on the shot. The Clippers trail. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. Beverly wide open. A miss that time would have put him up. And stolen by Cousins. Pushing it up. And the dunk by Batum.
And Batum throwing it down with ease.
Here is Forbes. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And earlier we checked in with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had this to...
I think the most important lesson that I got.
All part of the process of achieving greatness.
Yeah, and most guys have had to go through it. MJ, LeBron, leading a team to a championship rarely happens early on.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
And the coach's challenge has been triggered here. Coach wants a review of the out-of-bounds violation.
And you know these types of plays, especially when you're talking about action around the sideline, this is something you can get a much better perspective of on replay than real game speed.
We've got the benefit of new camera angles, Greg. Much easier to see exactly what's going on, especially with the fidelity and angles that we've got access to now. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
And, you know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen regardless of the call staying the same.
And here's the fast break. Connaughton passes to Forbes. Middleton for three. It's hauled in by Beverly. And Los Angeles guys shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Stolen by Tucker. And they're on the break. All alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Tucker forces the turnover, then immediately gets the ball up court. That's just an experienced, smart play.
And that corner three, a cornerstone of P.J. Tucker's game. Takes and makes them as much as anybody in the league.
And Greg, how about this little factoid? Back at the University of Texas, he only shot 4 triples in 3 seasons. Floor spacing was not a part of his game. It was about getting that thing in the paint. But to his credit, and it's an example for all young players, through hard work, that short corner has become his bread and butter shot. Talk about a total transformation from no threes to being a dead-eye corner 3 shooter. Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Cousins with the ball. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Sinks the three-pointer. Middleton's got the lead up to 5 now for the Bucks.
Rhythm and timing so important in the game of hoops. Middleton using both on that pull-up jumper.
A pass to Kennard. He dishes it to Cousins. And he banks in the layup. Cousins has got 4 points in the quarter.
Hey, DeMarcus Cousins is really an effective guy inside. Give him the ball.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Connaughton. Kennard covering. Clock at 4. Here's Connaughton. A second chance effort. Middleton on the wing. Puts it up from 17. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Batum. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Middleton. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. Paul George, he's checked in for the Clippers. And then for Milwaukee, Brook Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Drew Holiday in for Bryn Forbes. Lobbed up there for Lopez. And stolen by Cousins. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds him. Great feel for the game.
Now here is Holiday. Lopez inside. He's guarded by Cousins. From inside. And the rejection by Cousins. Stolen by Middleton. There's 49 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Lopez. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
Holiday against Beverly. Kicks it to Cousins. Inside, it's tipped. Stolen by Middleton. Lopez with the ball. George picks him up, and that one, good. Now it's a 5-point Bucks lead.
And doing much better now in that first quarter, converting less than 30% of their field goal opportunities, bouncing back nicely here in the second.
And George, here we go. Great D that time from Middleton. Holiday inside the line, and that'll do it for the first half. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out at... And that'll do it for our halftime report.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Without question, Chris Middleton displaying his skills today.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Nora in at the 3, the small forward.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
Morris, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Holiday. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. And there it is for him.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Holiday against Jackson. That one drops for him. Lopez has got the lead back up to 7 now for the Bucks.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And George, here we go.
Oh, my
great
goodness! That was special. Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Let's go. The shot by Holiday, no good. LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Lets it fly. Jackson has the open look. A three-pointer is right on target. Now just a 2-point Bucks lead.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Passes to DiVincenzo. Back to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And he makes good on the layup. Holiday's got his second basket.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
High post, Zubac. The shot by George, wide open. And a miss there on the triple.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Shoots inside. Lopez, no luck.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Morris against Giannis. Softly drops in the floater. Antetokounmpo's got 7 points in the game.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Morris outside. High post, Zubac. Back to Morris. Leonard on the wing. From deep. It's hauled in by Giannis. Giannis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Holiday kicks to Giannis. Pass to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
Used all 7 feet and about 1/3 of a ton to get that one up and down.
Both teams will make substitutions. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And going back to his performance at the line last year, guys, 84% as a free throw shooter.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
And the pass to Kennard. Outside, Batum. Pass to Zubac. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. The third quarter comes to a close. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got Patrick Beverly. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Rondo in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Middleton can't get it to go.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket from Rondo.
You know, Rondo's always looking to pass, and the threat of him passing can oftentimes open things up for him on the fast break.
Forbes the pass to Portis. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And the layup's good off the glass. Portis has got the lead up to 7 now for Milwaukee.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat. Rondo
dishes to Beverly. Rondo with it. To the middle from 11 feet away. Zubac, that's good.
And, you know, this is Rondo's role. He's out there to run the offense and give his teammates room service dimes.
Left side, Portis. Over to the left wing. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Portis.
Well, he just didn't make the catch. Didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
They found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
Forbes the pass to Connaughton. Portis kicks to Connaughton. There's the lob to Portis. The shot, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys. DeMarcus Cousins knew his team needed it. They had to have it on that possession, and he calmly knocked it down.
Forbes the pass to Portis. Back to Forbes. He kicks it to Tucker. Middleton against Kennard. Middleton can't get it to go. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Clippers. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Passes it to Kennard. Cousins against Portis to take the lead, and Cousins gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 1. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Kennard against Middleton. And Tucker has it in the corner. Out left of the wing. It's stolen by Rondo. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles with the floater. And Batum kicks to Rondo. He feeds it to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Boy, talk about staying poised under pressure. Calm Cousins doing work late.
Forbes dishes to Middleton. Fires for 3. Milwaukee getting another chance here.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Here is Forbes. He's covered by Rondo. Middleton can't get it to go.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Here's Cousins. Yes!
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Middleton for 3. It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Patience is a virtue, and Chris Middleton, virtuous.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
Pass to Middleton. Leonard with the steal. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it for Players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
So the net starting five. We've got Jordan. Harris is out there with Green. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Irving at the point guard position. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation. In OKC, Paul George showed he can be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. Some solid defense from Harris.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Leonard. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Now here's Irving. Pass to Green. Back to Irving. Takes a 3. No good there. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Down low and stolen by Harris. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. And the wide open shot from Green. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, this is Jordan's mindset, trying to extend the play and convert that effort into points.
Here's Beverly to the inside. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Shamet. And there's the pass to Jordan.
You gotta love the intensity of DeAndre, finding a way to be aggressive and get to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Clippers.
really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
George double teamed. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubats. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in for George. Now here's Durant. Irving with a clean look. Drains the three-pointer. Irving's got 5 points so far.
This is what makes Kyrie so dangerous. He is so proficient from distance.
On the wing, Batum. Kennard, the pass to Batum. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Irving finds Durant. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
So difficult to defend Kevin Durant without fouling him. At his size, once he gets that ball above his shoulders, there's not much you can do.
Brooklyn making some changes. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And James Harden has subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And Jackson gets it to go.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Durant down low. Kennard covering. Pass to Luwawu. There's the dish to Griffin. Comes up empty down low. And it's Rondo with the ball for Los Angeles. They trail by 1. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Griffin with the steal. Brown against Jackson. Out to KD. And the rejection by Cousins.
Great anticipation by DeMarcus. His instincts are excellent pretty much in every phase of the game. You just love how reliable he is night in and night out. His offense is there.
And it's Rondo penetrating, and the layup falls.
Gotta respect the attacking mindset of Rondo. Always looking to go right to the cup.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Brooklyn ahead. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Just cashing in on second-chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
You can do everything else right, but if you fail to take care of the defensive glass, you're killing your chances.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Griffin is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Brown in at the 2-guard spot. Jackson passes to Mann. And it's sent back by KD.
You forget, Durant has the reach of a center. He can provide rim protection.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubats is checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Leonard with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Deflects the pass. Here's Irving. He has 5. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Clippers trail by 5. Beverly dishes to Leonard. Basket good.
Attacking, trying to get good looks. Give Kawhi credit. He finds one.
Irving passes to Claxton. Left side, KD. Harris outside. Off target from three-point range.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The score now all even. George has got 5 points so far.
A reliable jump shooter, Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Irving passes to Claxton. Nice move. Shakes him. Out to KD. Passes to Claxton. Paul George with the steal. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Brown. The Nets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Mann passes to Leonard. They now take the lead. Leonard's got his second bucket.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
Irving against Beverly. Outside for KD. And they get it. Pass to Claxton. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Oh, great ball movement there.
A different look for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is checked in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Brooklyn, Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Bruce Brown.
All this means is he has to be careful. Don't want to pick up a cheapie and get sent to the bench with 3 fouls.
And the Clippers making a change here. Kennard's checked in. George. And no good. Great D that time from Jordan. Here's Shamet. And he gets it to go. Shamet's got his first 2 points.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Los Angeles. And Landry Shamet out of Wichita State. Some good young guards coming out of that program.
And another one, Gia, that comes to mind, Fred VanVleet, also a former Shocker. Both he and Fred, they are knockdown shooters.
Here's George. 4 on the clock. Here's Zubac. And again, no good by the Clippers. Nets trail by 3.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Green finds Jordan. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Jordan's got 5.
Size and strength of DeAndre Jordan, brushing off the defender.
Rondo passes to Kennard. Lays it up off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 3.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
It's tipped. And here we go. George heading to the line. Hold on!
You got to buckle up on that one. Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
Irving looking for an opening. He dishes it to Jordan. It's stolen by Rondo. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity.
Rondo, known for his quick hands on defense, that time turned it into offense.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Rondo against Irving. Back to Shamet. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Here's the Clippers. They're on a 16-4 run right now. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
The flat-out speed of Reggie Jackson. No struggles getting to the rim and then doing something about it when he gets there.
Here's Griffin, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And the first half is now in the books. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in two. And that.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last two quarters.
Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And it's Durant missing.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
And that one's good, George. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in two different settings.
Yeah, I mean, two very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. They double team KD. Claxton the pass to Durant. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Durant's got 7 points.
I'll tell you what, Durant takes a lot of contact inside. Defenders try to muscle him, but it doesn't matter. There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
Takes the 13-footer. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Beverley heading to the hoop. Good. Beverley's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
KD finds Harden. Back to Durant. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Clippers.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark. And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverley is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Here's KD. Lays it up and banks it in. Durant's got 4 this quarter.
Well, as good as Durant is on the perimeter, this is where he hits for an absolutely insane percentage.
Brown against George. The tray doesn't get it to drop for him. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half.
Here's KD. The kick out to Brown. There's the pass to Claxton. Shot clock at 5. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Durant.
He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
Beverley, the pass to Zubats. Rebounded by the Nets. Claxton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Nets trail by 9. And 1:01 left in the third quarter of the game. Irving's shot is good.
I like this from Kyrie. Looking for a high percentage shot, settling for nothing less.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 6. Pass to Cousins. Makes it off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 9.
DeMarcus can play outside, but the paint is still where he makes his living.
Irving attacking. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Reggie Jackson. The Nets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
I mean, it's so impressive. Kyrie's scoring ability. Terrific shot maker, obviously gets to the line, converts at a high rate.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Kennard. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Shamet with the steal.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
From deep, Green doesn't go that time. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Nets. Kyrie Irving is out there with Landry Shamet. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Green, and it's Harris in at the 3. Cousins, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
DeMarcus Cousins owns this territory. Back to the basket or facing up. He's a terror on the inside.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Kevin Durant comes in for Harris. And James Harden subbed in for Landry Shamet. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. 9-point game. Here's Harden. Second shot opportunity. Jordan kicks to Harden. The shot that time not on target. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Man passes to Batum. Banked in off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 11.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
It's a winning approach when you execute. That's the key. They're playing fast, but also under control.
And he makes the first.
Much like Marc Gasol, DeAndre was drafted as an unpolished second-round pick. Now one of the more impactful centers around.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Yes, that goes in.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Irving finds Jordan. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's DeAndre's go-to play. He sprints toward the cup as soon as he sets the pick to free up some space with his pick.
Rondo passes to Man. Count it.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Down low, stolen by Zubac. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Quick off his feet, the long arms, easy jam for Jackson.
Harden outside. Kicks to KD. Sinks the 15-footer.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
And let's also add, he has touch from there. That's a solid shot for him.
Zubac the pass to Rondo. Zubats against Jordan. Just 5 on the clock. Now here's Batum. Not a lot of room. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Every year, DeAndre gets a little more comfortable scoring the basketball. That play being a prime example.
Here's Rondo, and good that time. Rondo's got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants. Not just selling for something along the perimeter. Excellent job.
Irving against Rondo. Here's Mann, all alone. The rebound by Harden.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Clippers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Paul George.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
Passes it to Mann. And Jordan sends it back.
DeAndre Jordan is a force on defense. Tough to finish when he's lurking.
Joe Harris is checked in for the Nets. Landry Shamet comes in for James Harden. Outside Irving. Lets it go from deep. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And George kicks to Cousins. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Got a piece of it. Shamet with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. And on the way from Irving for 3. Now Cousins. Three-pointer. No good. So the Clippers with the win. Even early on. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. First. And the Blazers couldn't have looked any sharper as they came through the tunnel. Every home game's a reason to get dressed up for these guys. The lights of downtown reflecting off the Willamette River in this terrific look at the picturesque city of Portland. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table. And hey, Dave.
Well, guys, I'm very familiar with...
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thank you. And the Clippers starting five. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Cousins in at the five, roaming the paint. And for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the three slot. And Doris, tonight, two experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
George looking around. 6 to shoot from outside the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Powell, no one around him. It's hauled in by Beverley.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity. Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Pass to Powell. Nurkic against Cousins. Nurkic can't hit.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Lillard misses.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Powell for 3. Pass to Lillard. Stolen by Beverley. Here's George. And Covington sends it back.
Now, this guy is such a lengthy wing defender. Robert Covington doing work defensively.
In the corner, Powell with it. Beverley against Lillard. Kicks it out to Covington. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Rondo against Lillard. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Rondo looking over the floor. Outside for Batum. Outside Leonard. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Here's Lillard. Pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Shooting foul. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Powell finds Lillard. Fires from deep. With the putback, Batum grabs the miss. Los Angeles leading by 10. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Leonard, no luck. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Shot, please. I tell you what, Hollis Jefferson doesn't mind showing out a little bit. What a sensational leaper.
Rondo passes to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers, guys.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Paul George, Reggie Jackson out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Morris in at the 4 slot.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim. Okay.
Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Anthony. And stolen by Cousins. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And Portland making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Trailblazers trail by 13. Offensive rebound. From deep three-point range, Portland again missing.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Misses the jumper, and they can't get anything on the break. Clippers leading by 13, stolen by Cantor. Out to Anthony. McCollum outside, 5 to shoot. Again, McCollum missing. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. George passes to Kennard. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
It's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
It's McCollum on the wing, covered by Morris. McCollum, no good.
This is a quarter he'd rather forget. This guy just can't seem to get the lid off of that bucket.
And George gets it to go.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Cantor against Cousins. The shot's good from Cantor.
Enes Kanter embraces physicality, and if he wants to score it, he's going to play right through the defense.
And the pass to Kennard. From deep. Cousins gets hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 5 rebounds tonight, and McCollum with the slam.
Boy, I love seeing Kanter distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
Outside, George. Up top, Cousins. And 1:01 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Morris. And he overshot that one, missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Now the feed to Cantor. Out to Anthony. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And you could see what he wanted to do there, but that was a tough giveaway.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Man passes to Zubats. 2 points. That one goes. Zubats has got his first points in this one.
And they repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
It's Powell on the wing. Back to Lillard. It's Covington on the wing. It's stolen by Morris. Nurkic with the steal. And Covington with the basket on the assist by Nurkic.
Really good job by Covington to get good position and finish.
Kennard for 3. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He ended up with 17 points. That's all for now.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been one outstanding game from George.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
This guy, he plays fast, he's aggressive, and if you let him get to the cup, there is nothing that you can do about it.
We've got Robert Covington. Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Cousins, no good. Trailblazers trail by 12. In the corner, Powell with it. And the lead is down inside, single digits. Powell's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Now Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Morris. Outside Leonard. Back to Morris. Kicks it out to Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Portland with the rebound. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his first foul. A different look for the Clippers. Batum comes in for Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for George. Lillard, bounce pass. Nurkic against Cousins. And the basket is good. Lillard's got 6.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now So here's Beverly. Here's Leonard. No good, unable to end this run.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And Doris, with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, it's more than just stats. The guy is just so active when he's on the floor.
That's right, Greg. It's the hustle and the movement he plays with that are really the strengths. Only 6'6", but it feels like he can play above that size. Great energy guy to bring off the bench, and if you need him because of injuries or fill-in spots, he can start and be productive.
Lillard outside, and Zubats picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I'm not sure what he thought he could get away with there. Pretty clear over the back.
Yeah, easy call for the officials. Sometimes I think you can reach over without making contact, but that was not one of those times.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Beverly finds Batum. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And the Clippers lead by 7. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. Nifty move. Anthony trying to get open. A nice shot by Simons.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Rondo with it. Pass to Leonard. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's 6 points for Leonard.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you. Always has his head on a swivel.
Simons, the pass to Nurkic. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. Feeds it to Nurkic. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Nurkic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
Well, truth is, though, he's tall enough to get that off against anyone.
Nurkic with the steal. Nice break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Anthony. He kicks to Powell. Back to Anthony. Wide open look. Offensive rebound.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And the Clippers call time here.
Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Powell. Jackson has the open look. Los Angeles with another miss.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Kicks it out to Jones. Back to McCollum. And again, it's Portland converting.
A natural score gives McCollum any room to get his shot off, and he's going to let it fly.
It's Jackson with the drive. Misses from short range. The Trailblazers on offense. They're on a 19-6 run. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Kanter's got the lead up to 1 now for the Trailblazers.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
1 second left, and Kanter throws it down.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, we've got Reggie Jackson, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's man in at the small forward. Lillard outside. Shoots the three. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got 5 rebounds tonight. Kennard kicks to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Boy, aggressive move by DeMarcus Cousins. He'll dish out more punishment than he receives, that's for sure.
Portland leading. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Jackson against Lillard.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
It's good.
Boy, that is absolutely gorgeous by DeMarcus Cousins. Run the offense through your big man, and he will find the open man.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And the dunk by Covington.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
Well, nothing wrong with a little early offense. Anthony happy to oblige.
Outside Jackson. He gets it in there.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got the lead back up to 3 now for Portland.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
It's Jackson with the drive. Passes it to man. Here's George. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Beverly. 1:56 left here in the fourth quarter. Left side, Leonard.
What a defensive effort from Hollis-Jefferson, using his quick feet and length to bother shooters.
Portland's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Lillard surveying the D. 1:32 left in the game.
This is the all-around impact of DeMarcus Cousins. Points, rebounds, there he gets the stop.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Lillard. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And the Trailblazers lead by 3. The Clippers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Nobody near George. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Beverly. Here's Covington. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. Lillard from deep three-point land. Offensive rebound.
I tell you, this guy might not be the first option, but give Hollis Jefferson credit. He stays prepared for the big-time moments.
36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. On the wing, George. To the middle. Here's Cousins. No good that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. Gets the first. That makes it a three-point lead.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Powell's checked in, and here's George for three. Morris kicks to Leonard. On the wing, George. From deep three-point range. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. It was. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. They can overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
And the Clippers starting five. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. Jackson kicks to George. 5 on the clock, and it's George finishing it off.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
Holiday with it. George picks him up. Holiday against George. Giannis inside. Goes back up. Left block shot on the way.
Well, more and more it's about the maturation process of Giannis and his game, learning now how to sell defenders with pump fakes.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far.
An era where we're seeing teams turn away from the slower 7-footers. Brook Lopez still playing a pivotal role for the Bucks.
There's been a lot of talk in recent years, Greg, as how the big man has been played off the floor in the playoffs. That's just not the case with Lopez because he's been able to step out and shoot threes along with being a really reliable rim protector.
Lopez passes to Holiday. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Fundamental play there from Lopez, spotting the open man and then sending him the ball.
Jackson dishes to George. Pass to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Leonard the pass to Zubac. Clock at 6. George, that's a 2-pointer. Misses off the left iron. DiVincenzo with it. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. And Holiday has it in the corner. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range there. Much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Lopez. It's hauled in by George.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Leonard with the bucket.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Holiday looking for an opening. And Holiday throws it down.
That is a vicious dunk from Holiday there. When you give him room to run, he can take off just like that.
DiVincenzo against George. Leonard kicks to Jackson. Back to Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. And that's now 6 points for Leonard. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. Trailing by 2. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, count it, good. Holiday's got 6 points. So it's the Clippers now. Now Now Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. Morris outside. George from deep three-point land. No good that time. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Here's DiVincenzo. And he dunks it down.
Well, he could just see over the defense. The eyes to spot the open man. Giannis flourishing right now as a facilitator.
George against DiVincenzo. And George, here we go. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
The Bucks have gone 4-7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Holiday, the pass to DiVincenzo. 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Back to Holiday. Giannis inside. Covered by Morris.
You know how you want to tell people don't let Giannis get too close? Well, one step past half court, he's too close.
Jackson against Holiday. Jackson kicks to Morris. Pass to Zubac. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kennard is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Rondo in at the guard position. And here is Cousins from deep. Stolen. Here's the break. And Tucker kicks to Portis. And Forbes has it in the corner. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Here's Rondo. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Rondo's got his first points of the game.
Throughout his career, Rondo has amazed us with some of his handles and, of course, the court vision. The show isn't over yet.
And here comes the break. And he hits it to tie the game up. Rondo's got 4 this quarter.
And it almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And he comes up with the deuce. And the Bucks lead by 2. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And they double up Rondo. Batum wide open. He fires. Drills it from outside. Batum's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here is Forbes. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. 6 to shoot. Middleton against Kennard. Portis trying to free himself.
Well, he's pretty calm in those situations. Chris Middleton with ease knocking that one in.
1:46 left in the first half. And GA Chris Middleton over his career much improved on the defensive end.
A true two-way player. I tell you, that 6'11" wingspan helps. Able to use that length to bother shots and disrupt passes.
Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Clippers trail by 3. A minute 20 left in the first half. Rondo finds Cousins. Right side, Batum. Shot clock at 6. Cousins with the bucket.
That's a high percentage shot there, especially for Cousins. Just a nice touch inside.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Here is Forbes. There's 48 seconds left now here in the second. Pass to Portis. It's stolen by Rondo. And here's the fast break. And here we go. Here's Batum. 2 free throws coming up. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Holiday dishes to Antetokounmpo. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Clock at 2. Mora can't get it to go.
With nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area, that's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
From deep, George to beat the clock. Count it! He caught it!
That's how you do it. Stay patient, wait for the opportunity, and boom.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams. And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the center position. Bucks trail by 4. Giannis passes to DiVincenzo. He feeds it to Lopez. Kicks it out to Giannis. Morris with the block.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly. And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Knocked away. George double teamed. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubas. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Here's George. Rebound, Milwaukee. Giannis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And the versatility of Paul George's game Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
And up the court come the Bucks on the break. DiVincenzo with it. George picks him up.
That's a nice toss up there, so you got to like the timing. But, of course, that's Giannis. He's going to grab anything.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Milwaukee making a switch. Checked in. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. Now the pass to Lopez. He gets that one. Now it's a 4-point Bucks lead.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
Passes it to Cousins. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Back to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
I mean, one guy who's still dominating the inside, DeMarcus Cousins, a great rebounder and a great scorer. That time a second chance, cashing in.
Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. Pass to Connaughton. The kick out to Holiday. And Giannis throws it down.
This is what makes Giannis such an elite player, his ability to score in those difficult situations down low with lots of bodies around.
Jackson dishes to Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Holiday against Jackson. Back to Holiday. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. George has got the ball. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just a level of power and explosiveness. Leonard just tenacious at the rim.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Antetokounmpo looking it over. The kick out to Lopez. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Lopez has got 4 this quarter.
Lopez powering through that time.
There's 47 seconds left to play here in the third, and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. And now the fast break. Middleton with the ball. Takes a shot at the elbow.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul. Now here's Beverly. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Kennard, the pass to Mann. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Zubac.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Three quarters of play in a close game here. Bucks ahead, leading by just 2. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Batuma's out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3. Here's Nwora. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Portis. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Portis has got the lead up to 4 now for Milwaukee. And Los Angeles guys shooting 61% from the field. Showing some marvelous touch out there. Here's Beverley. Zubac trying to break loose. Again, Los Angeles.
Yeah, kind of tough on the defense when you let Beverley beat you on the inside. That can get his confidence going from the outside. So damage from the paint that time.
Here's Holiday, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
And sometimes as a point guard, you gotta take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. There you respect the decision-making from him out there.
Here's man, back to Zubac. Got a piece of it. Now the Bucks moving it up. The shot's good from Forbes. And it's a 6-point Bucks lead.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Back to Beverley. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, if you're open, Patrick Beverley is going to do his best to get you the ball.
Bucks leading by 4. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Portis against Zubac. And there's the pass to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the lob to Portis. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Well, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
Passes to Kennard from deep 3-point range. Rebound Milwaukee. And it's the Bucks on the break. Here's Holiday. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
Such a terrific two-way guy. Drew Holiday isn't just an offensive powerhouse. He loves to play defense. I mean, loves it.
Outside Teague. And Tucker has it in the corner. Lopez left side. Count the basket.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
The shot by George, wide open. And it's off from 3-point range. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. And the Clippers call time here. They trail by 10. We've got 1:48 left in the 4th quarter. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said, in this league, it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. Let's just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Pass to Middleton. Fires the three. Unable to get that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Nobody near Leonard. No good on the three. Milwaukee leading by 8. In the corner, Middleton with it. Takes the three. Kept alive. Lopez passes to DiVincenzo. And here's Antetokounmpo outside. And the Bucks miss again. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Launches it. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo with the ball. The dish to Lopez. Outside Teague. Kick out to Giannis. And the Bucks miss again. It's George on the wing. Here's the three. Nails the tray.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
And so the Bucks take the win. Probably. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. Then there's Irving. And it's Harden in at the point. Jackson against Harden. Jackson drives in. Zubac trying to break loose.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Outside Irving. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
Leonard with no one around. Off target from outside. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Jackson against Harden. Good on the shot.
Boy, so crafty a player is James Harden. I mean, when he gets inside, he finds all kinds of ways and manner in which to score.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
And Los Angeles with some changes. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Now here's Beverley. Pass to Cousins from past the arc. That shot no good. The Nets go the other way with it. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. For Brooklyn, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. It's Harden with the drive. Here's Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level. He's the one giving out the lessons. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding. Great speed displayed by George on his way to the bucket. Devastating to the defense with those dunking skills of his.
Here's Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
George looking over the floor to the paint. Here's Cousins. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irvin has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Green's checked in. Here's Leonard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Irving dishes to Harris. Back to Irving. Leonard with the steal. Inside, here's Morris. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Harden against Leonard. Harden the pass to Green. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Clippers trail by 7. Outside, George. Pass to Morris. Shoots over KD. Leonard. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And that's the activity on the offensive glass they like to see out of Kawhi. When he's in full hustle mode, they're a much stronger team.
Here's KD. To the middle. It's tipped. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now, here is George. Harden scanning the floor. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Harden.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Outside, George. There's the triple. Green with the rebound.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That'll be his second foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Griffin's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Brown down low. Kennard covering. And that one good.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Durant, the pass to Green. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Green's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the Clippers call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
So he gets them both.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down.
And so it's Brooklyn riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We come back right after this. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's man in at the small forward position.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Irving against Jackson. Irving kicks to Brown. Out to the right wing. Claxton the pass to Griffin. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Here's Zubac. Kennard with the ball. He's still scoreless so far in this one. In transition, here come the Nets. Brown's got the ball. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Batum. Zubac the pass to Batum. Jackson dishes to Batum. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Zubac. It's hauled in by Claxton. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Harris comes in for Kevin Durant, and it's James Harden in for Irving. Claxton the pass to Harden. That one misses. Excellent D there from George. Leonard attacking, and Morris throws it down.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Brown inside, defended by George. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Stolen by Harden. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Claxton, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
George with the ball. Picked up by Harris. A three from Leonard. No good that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. And Zubac picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Jeff Green is checked in for the Nets. The Clippers also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubac. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show.
Good work there as it goes. Rondo's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, with Rondo's tenure in the league, he's been around now for over a decade and a half. He continues to give you flashes of that burst.
That one goes. Count it.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Here's Rondo. That one drops for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Rondo against Harden. Down low. Griffin kicks to Harden. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Harden's got 13.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Cousins trying to free himself up. And Leonard gets it to go.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of it.
Harden the pass to Griffin. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
Clippers trail by 19. For Los Angeles, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 13 points, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Well, we know he's a magician on the... And that...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
We've got Harden. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Jordan, and it's Irving in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Boy, how about the deceptive strength of George fending off the defense exceedingly well there and taking the ball strong to the rack.
Irving kicks to Harden. Here's Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
Boy, somehow, some way, you got to keep Jordan away from the basket, because if you allow him to get it there, he's flushing.
And George, here we go. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become. And it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on James Harden.
I like how George looks for contact. He kind of seeks it out. He doesn't back away from the hard physical contact. He knows he's going to get a chance to get to the line when he does take the contact.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Claxton's checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Beverly's checked in. Outside for Durant. Puts up a three. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Here's Jackson. Leonard with the ball. Guarded now by Irving.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
For the finish. The shot's good. And the Nets lead by 15.
Durant's a pleasure to watch moving in transition. So fluid and always under control.
Outside, George. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Irving. The pass to Claxton. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
Nets leading by 11. Outside Irving. Passes it to Claxton. To the inside. The kick out to Irving. Stolen by George. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Leonard the pass to Beverly. Zubac's in the post. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. So for the Nets, Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Brown in for James Harden.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Rondo passes to Zubac. Lets the 3 fly. Man can hit.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
KD's shot is off.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Rondo gets the bucket.
You know, he's a bit of a rarity and maybe even a throwback when you look at Rondo and how being a smaller guard, he still is comfortable operating inside.
Irving passes to Griffin. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. They kick it out to Green. Back to Griffin. 5 to shoot. Count that one. Griffin's got 10.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
High post, Zubats. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Misses the shot. And so it's Brooklyn. Up by a dozen here at the end. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Clippers trail by 12. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Luke Kennard out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Man in at the small forward. The net shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Here's Harris. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
That's not too difficult for DeMarcus Cousins now. I like that he doesn't settle for the layup there. Instead, throws it down.
Left side, KD. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
James Harden, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. Here's Harden, and the layup is good. And the Nets lead by 12.
Boy, it's amazing to me how easy Harden makes it look. I mean, when he's locked in, he feels like there's nobody that can guard him, and he's right most of the time.
High post, Zubats. Griffin's there. No good from Zubats. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Oh, Griffin in position. It's not going to go for him.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Brooklyn leading by 12. Irving with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Poked loose. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs. And he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of it.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. It's Harden with the drive. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubats has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's George, and it's sent back by Irving.
Irving bringing a little more intensity to the defensive end there, using his speed to get ahead of that shot.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And it's George finishing it off.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Here's Irving. He hits it from 9. And the Nets lead by 12.
Irving, excellent at converting with either hand. He's got a special talent for finishing in the lane.
And it's George again missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Harden dishes to Griffin. And the rejection by Zubac. And he's able to get it back. And it's Green missing. Clippers trail by 12. George with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Good D by Irving. On the wing, Harden. Outside Irving. Goes up at the stripe. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Nets.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kyrie Irving.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Oh, he launched that one from way outside.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
The three. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up.